The brand new Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is only days away from its release, and a lot of fans of the franchise are stoked to try out the new improvements, the changes, and the additional characters that have been added to this massive undertaking of a game. It's a culmination of all of the series' previous games, including each character that appears in all of the titles. It's easy to get caught up in the hype though, so today we're breaking down all the things that you guys need to know about the new addition to the series before you bust open your wallet and try it out for yourself. Here are the top 10 things you need to know before buying Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Also, be sure to stick around till the end of the video. I'll be reading off some of your comments from previous videos. So let's jump in. And at number 10, playable characters. Every single one ever. Ultimate is the first Smash game since Melee to include every single character in its title that has been in a previous Smash game. And yes, that even includes Pichu. But there's also a bunch of new characters as well. There's 11 new fighters available, and they are the Inklings from Splatoon, Ridley and Dark Samus from Metroid, Princess Daisy from the Mario franchise, Incineroar from Pokemon Sun and Moon, King K. Rool from Donkey Kong, Ken from Street Fighter, Isabelle from Animal Crossing, Chrom from Fire Emblem Awakening, and my personal favorites, Simon and Richter Belmont from Castlevania. There's also a bunch of new characters who will be appearing as assist trophies too. And at number 9, Echo Fighters. In previous Smash games, there was something called clones. Characters in the game that were almost identical to other characters but had some sort of differing feature, with that feature often being only aesthetic, or mild stat adjustments. That is now called Echo Fighters in Ultimate. As the name suggests, Echo Fighters are echoes of other characters in the game. They generally have the same movesets as the character that they are echoing, but with slight changes, and an aesthetic difference of course. For example, Daisy is an echo of Peach. Who'da thunk? And at number 8, customizable rule sets. This is one of the cooler features of the game. So developers have added in a new mechanic that allows you to tweak and customize the rule sets of your matches, and in detail too. This includes match duration, tourney type select, handicap settings, stage hazards which can be turned off, how frequent items will spawn or just don't have them spawn at all, the rules around who selects the next stage, etc. All in all, it's very comprehensive, and a feature that returning Smash players will likely appreciate. What else can you do? Well, you can turn off the Smash Ball and replace it with the Smash Gauge. Plus, best part is, you can save your settings for future matches. Whew, that's good news. And at number 7, stages. There are 103 stages available in Ultimate when the game launches. 96 of them are returning stages upgraded from previous games. But there's also 7 new stages, not including the 5 upcoming DLC stages. So those 7 are new renditions of Battlefield and Final Destination, Big Battlefield, Moray Towers from Splatoon, Dracula's Castle from Castlevania, New Donk City Hall from Mario Odyssey, and Great Plateau Tower from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. You can also play in 2 different forms of each and every stage. Those forms are called Omega and Battlefield. In Omega, the stage is reduced to a singular platform, and in Battlefield, each stage has a 3-platform design. There's also a brand new mechanic called Stage Morph that allows players to further customize their matches. It's really cool. You can select 2 stages at the start of a match, and throughout the match, the first stage that you're on will morph into the second stage. This can also be customized via the rule sets if you so choose, depending on when you want the stage to morph, or just have it be random. And at number 6, Pokemon Trainer. While all of the returning characters in Smash have gone a bit of an overhaul, or a really large overhaul, there's one character in particular that's drawing some major attention for its adjusted game mechanics. Now in previous games, the Pokemon Trainer was known for not just being one character, but rather 3 fighters: Charizard, Ivysaur, and Squirtle. Those 3 would rotate in a specific order. But now with these changes, you can swap out those Pokemon at will, restrained by no preset order. Plus you can also play as a female Pokemon Trainer now too. And at number 5, the DLC. Despite being a jam-packed game full of content, there is a DLC that's shortly on its way after the release of the game. And actually, there's 5 of them. Each of them will feature a new character. These 5 DLCs, which are going to be released in a kind of fragmented fashion, are all included in the Fighter's Pass that goes on sale the day of the game's launch, costing $24.99 US. Now according to rumors, one of these characters is said to be from a popular Square Enix property. One belief is that Steve from Minecraft will fill one of the remaining character slots. Now all of these DLCs will be released by February 2020. Side note, it was also recently leaked that the game has 30 character placeholder slots in its code, so it looks like Nintendo is covering their bases for the future. And hey, plus those 5 additional characters, and then another 30, that's a lot. Or maybe it's 25. Probably 25. And at number 4, Spirits. Spirits are a new addition to the series, and they're meant to aid your fighter by lending a helping hand in battle. They're essentially the replacement for collectible trophies from previous Smash games. Each spirit is based on a character, and when applied to your fighter, it will allow you to use some unique abilities. The more you fight against other players or against AI, you'll collect more spirits. They're also supposed to be a tie-in to our next number, which actually explains their existence in the world. And at 3, World of Light. The single-player campaign modes of previous Smash games have been questionable at best, and often have gotten mixed reviews from critics and fans alike. Melee arguably had the best one, and that game was released back in 2001, so it's been a while. Ultimate is trying something a little more complex with their single-player adventure mode, and something a little bit more absurd based on the previews. It's called World of Light. It looks like it has a more solid narrative, with a threat from the sky featuring a giant floating army of master hands gradually moving towards the roster of characters in the trailer, waiting to battle them. Now in the full cutscene that was released, we see all of the characters obliterated in giant threads of light, with light consuming the entirety of the galaxy, with those who had tried to fight back devoured, and those who didn't fight back losing their bodies and becoming spirits. Now Kirby survives in the trailer, and we also see that the fighters are turned into puppet versions of themselves too. All in all, it looks quite intriguing to say the least, and it promises to bring a single player campaign that we haven't seen before in a Smash game, so here's hoping. And at number 2, everything is faster. The gameplay in Ultimate is much faster than in previous titles. This is one of the biggest new mechanics that devs worked away on for Ultimate. And we're not just talking character speeds here, guys. In order to keep the pacing fast and action-packed, several components of the game have been sped up, like final smashes. This means that many a character's final smash has been tweaked or completely revised in order to better fit in with the pacing. This also includes higher character speeds, higher deceleration, quicker air dodges, jumps, and hops. Taunts are performed quicker too, or can be cancelled altogether if the player chooses to do so last minute, and shields drop quicker, all which have created more of a lean towards offensive attacks rather than defensive moves. This is perhaps one of the most interesting adjustments, and it'll be curious to see how longtime fans of the series think of the accelerated pace. And finally, in at number 1, pre-release reception. Lastly, let's end off this list with some thoughts from critics who've actually gotten a chance to play the game. So IGN had nominated it for its Best Game of E3 2018 award. It didn't win that, but it did win Best Nintendo Switch Game from both IGN and Gamescom. And in a preview review from Easy Allies, it's noted that the game's faithful depiction of characters and overwhelming amount of content were praised. Now Nintendo has also stated that Ultimate is the best pre-selling game in both the Smash series and in the history of the Nintendo Switch. So all in all, the reviews are promising, and everyone who has gotten the chance to demo the game, including us here at Top 10 Gaming, have really loved what they've seen so far. Alright, there we have it, friends. Are you all excited for Smash Bros. Ultimate? Let us know in those comments below. Speaking of comments, we're gonna read off some from one of our previous videos, Top 10 Dumbest Pokemon Ever Created. From the Mario Maniac. Yup, definitely a Gen 5 bias here. Let's not forget the amazing designs like Grimer, Sewage, Voltorb, a Pokeball, and Magneton, 3 Magnemites. This channel is just Gen 1ers. Yeah, you bet your ass we are. Let's be honest, we also love Gen 2 as well. And hey, gotta leave some classics in order to do a part 2 video. And then you guys can see us rip all those Gen 1 Pokemon a new asshole. From Ponyboy, Lord Dracondenblaze, Guardian of Dracondian, impressive name there, they say Bidoof is a god. First off, great username, sorry if I said any of it wrong. Second, bless your soul. Next up, from Stephen George, a little educational lesson for me. 1, it's Honedge. 2, it's Dewblade. 3, it's Klefki. Klefki? Klefki. Klefki? I don't know, you tell me, Stephen George. 4, it's Binacle. Binacle. 5, it's Barbaracle. And that's it. Appreciate the education there, friend. All noted. This one's from Amanda Morgan. I love Bidoof, how dare you? I will find you, haha, you better run. Well, I'm gonna be looking over my shoulder for the next little while. Alright, that's it for now, guys. If you guys dug this video, hit that like button and leave us a comment. We might even read it in one of our next videos. Speaking of which, we have a nifty little playlist currently flashing on your screen right now that you should take a peek at. In the meantime, thanks for watching, everybody. Catch you all in the next one.